The question is, how do we keep America safe from terrorism? Trump says we ought to close that internet thing. The question really is, what does he mean by that? Like they do in North Korea? Like they do in China? Rubio says we should collect all Americans' records all of the time. The Constitution says otherwise. I think they're both wrong. I think we defeat terrorism by showing them that we do not fear them. I think if we ban certain religions, if we censor the internet, I think that at that point the terrorists will have won. Regime change hasn't won. Toppling secular dictators in the Middle East has only led to chaos and the rise of radical Islam. I think if we want to defeat terrorism, we truly are sincere about defeating terrorism, we need to quit arming the allies of ISIS. If we want to defeat terrorism, the boots on the ground need to be Arab boots on the ground. As Commander-in-Chief, I will do whatever it takes to defend America. But in defending America, we cannot lose what America stands for. Today is the Bill of Rights anniversary. I hope we will remember that and cherish that in the fight on terrorism.
Thank you, Senator. Governor Kasich.
Thank you, Wolf. This last weekend, a friend asked one of my daughters, do you like politics? And my daughter said, no, I don't. And the reason I don't like it is because there's too much fighting, too much yelling. It's so loud, I don't like it. I turned to my friend and I said, she's really on to something. And when we think about our country and the big issues, Wolf, that we face in this country, creating jobs, making sure people can keep their jobs, the need for rising wages, whether our children, when they graduate from college, can find a job, protecting the homeland, destroying ISIS, rebuilding defense. These are all the things that we need to focus on, but we'll never get there if we're divided. We'll never get there if Republicans and Democrats just fight with one another. Frankly, we are Republicans and they're Democrats. But before all of that, we're Americans. And I believe we need to unify in so many ways to rebuild our country, to strengthen our country, to rebuild our defense, and for America to secure its place in the world for us, for our children, and for the next generation. Thank you.
Governor Christie. Thank you, Wolf. America has been betrayed. We've been betrayed by the leadership that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have provided to this country over the last number of years. Think about just what's happened today. The second largest school district in America, in Los Angeles, closed based on a threat. Think about the effect that that's going to have on those children when they go back to school tomorrow, wondering, filled with anxiety about whether they're really going to be safe. Think about the mothers who will take those children tomorrow morning to the bus stop, wondering whether their children will arrive back on that bus safe and sound. Think about the fathers of Los Angeles who tomorrow will head off to work and wonder about the safety of their wives and their children. What has Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton done to this country? That the most basic responsibility of an administration is to protect the safety and security of the American people. I will tell you this, I'm a former federal prosecutor, I fought terrorists and won, and when we get back in the White House, we will fight terrorists and win again, and America will be safe.
Like all of you, I'm angry. I'm angry at what's happening to our nation. Citizens, it's time to take our country back. Bombast and insults won't take it back. Political rhetoric that promises a lot and delivers little won't take it back. All of our problems can be solved. All of our wounds can be healed by a tested leader who is willing to fight for the character of our nation. I have been tested. I have beaten breast cancer. I have buried a child. I started as a secretary. I fought my way to the top of corporate America while being called every B word in the book. I fought my way into this election and onto this debate stage while all the political insiders and the pundits told me it couldn't be done. I've been told no all my life, and all my life I've refused to accept no as an answer. Citizens, it is time to take our country back from the political class, from the media, from the liberal elites. It can be done. It must be done. Join me, and we will get it done.
Governor Bush.
Our freedom is under attack. Our economy is underwater. The leading Democrat is under investigation. And America is under the gun to lead the free world to protect our civilized way of life. Serious times require strong leadership. That's what's at stake right now. And regarding national security, we need to restore the defense cuts of Barack Obama, to rebuild our military, to destroy ISIS before it destroys us. Regarding economic security, we need to take power and money away from Washington, D.C., and empower American families so that they can rise up again. Look, America still is an exceptional country. We love to lead, and we love to win. And we do it when we take on any challenge, and when we support our friends. As president, I will keep you and our country safe, secure, and free. Thank you.
Senator Rubio.
Thank you, Wolf. It's really amazing to be back in Las Vegas. I spent 6 years here as a child growing up. Not far from where we stand tonight, I used to sit in the porch of our home and listen to my grandfather tell stories as he smoked one of his 3 daily cigars. One of the things my grandfather instilled in me is that I was really blessed because I was a citizen of the greatest country in the history of all mankind. But there have always been people in American politics that wanted America to be more like the rest of the world. And in 2008, one of them was elected president of this country. And the result has been a disaster. Today you have millions of Americans that feel left out and out of place in their own country, struggling to live paycheck to paycheck, called bigots because they hold on to traditional values. And around the world, America's influence has declined. While this president's destroyed our military, our allies no longer trust us, and our adversaries no longer respect us. And that is why this election is so important. That is why I'm running for president. And that's why I'm going to ask you for your vote tonight. If you elect me president, we will have a president that believes America is the greatest country in the world, and we will have a president that acts like it.
Senator Cruz.
Thank you, Wolf. America is at war. Our enemy is not violent extremism. It is not some unnamed malevolent force. It is radical Islamic terrorism. We have a president who is unwilling to utter its name. The men and women on this stage, every one of us, is better prepared to keep this nation safe than is Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton. We need a president who understands the first obligation of the commander-in-chief is to keep America safe. If I'm elected president, we will hunt down and kill the terrorists. We will utterly destroy ISIS. We will stop the terrorist attacks before they occur because we will not be prisoners to political correctness. Rather, we will speak the truth. Border security is national security, and we will not be admitting jihadists as refugees. We will keep America safe.
Dr. Carson.
Thank you, Wolf. Please join me for a moment of silence in remembrance of the San Bernardino victims. Thank you. You know, our country, since its inception, has been at war every 15 or 20 years. But the war that we are fighting now against radical Islamic jihadists is one that we must win. Our very existence is dependent upon that. You know, as a pediatric neurosurgeon, I frequently faced life and death situations and had to come up with the right diagnosis, the right plan, and execute that plan, frequently with other colleagues. Right now, the United States of America is the patient, and the patient is in critical condition and will not be cured by political correctness and will not be cured by timidity. And I am asking the Congress, which represents the people, to declare war on ISIS. so that we can begin the process of excising that cancer and begin the healing process and bring peace, prosperity, and safety back to America.
Mr. Trump, thank you. I began this journey 6 months ago. My total focus was on building up our military, building up our strength, building up our borders, making sure that China, Japan, Mexico, both at the border and in trade, no longer takes advantage of our country. Certainly would never have made that horrible, disgusting, absolutely incompetent deal with Iran, where they get $150 billion. They're a terrorist nation. But I began it talking about other things, and those things are things I'm very good at, and maybe that's why I'm center stage. People saw it, people liked it, people respected it. A month ago, things changed. Radical Islamic terrorism came into effect even more so than it has been in the past. People like what I say, people respect what I say, and we've opened up a very big discussion that needed to be opened up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Since you last debated, and whose fault is it? Well, frankly, it's both parties' fault. You have those on the right who clamor and say, oh, we must spend anything on the military, and those on the left who say the same for domestic welfare. But what most Americans don't realize is there's an unholy alliance. They come together, there's a secret handshake, we spend more money on everything. And we are not a stronger nation if we go further into debt. We are not projecting power from bankruptcy court. To me, there is no greater threat than our debt. I'm the only fiscal conservative on the stage because I'm willing to hold the line on all spending. I hope you'll consider me in the election. Thank you very much.
Governor Kasich.
No Republican has ever been elected President of the United States without winning Ohio. Let me give you a little tip on how you win Ohio. It's reform, it's hope, it's growth, it's opportunity, and it's security. The people of Ohio are the people of America. The people of America are reflected in Ohio. Our message has to be big and bold and positive and connect, not just with people's heads, but also connect with their hearts. If we do it, we will beat Hillary Clinton, and we will run the White House, and we will strengthen and fix America. I promise you.
Governor Christie. On September 10th, 2001, I was named Chief Federal Prosecutor in New Jersey, and on September 11th, 2001, my wife and my brother, who are in the audience tonight, went through the World Trade Center into their offices just blocks away from the Trade Center. I lost touch with them for 6 hours that day and praying that they were alive. Luckily, they were sent home, but many of our friends and others in our neighborhood lost their lives that day. Terrorism, radical jihadist terrorism, is not theoretical to me. It's real. And for 7 years, I spent my life protecting our country against another one of those attacks. You won't have to worry when I'm President of the United States whether that can be done, because I've already done it. I want the chance to do it again to protect you, your children, and your families. If you give me the chance and give me your vote, I will protect America from the wars that are being brought to our doorstep.
Ms. Fiorina.
I too remember September 11th. I remember immediately putting into place security procedures all throughout our company that did business in 170 countries where we thought corporate interests would be attacked next. To take our country back, to keep our nation safe, we have to begin by beating Hillary Clinton. We need to unify our party. We need to be better than our government, which 75% of the American people now think is corrupt and incompetent. They're right. We need to be better than our politics. 80% think we have a professional political class of both parties that cares more about its power, position, and privilege than actually on getting anything done. We need to unify our party. We need a real conservative in the White House. And we need to beat Hillary Clinton to take our country back and keep our nation safe. I can. I am. And together, if you join me, we will take our country back.
Governor Bush.
Ask yourself, which candidate will keep you and our country safer, stronger, and freer? Hillary Clinton has aligned herself with Barack Obama on ISIS, Iran, and the economy. It's an alliance doomed to fail. My proven record suggests that my detailed plans will fortify our national and economic security. And my proven record as governor will give you a sense that I don't make false promises. I deliver real results. For America to be safe and sound, I ask for your support. Thank you all very much.
Senator Rubio. Thank you. As we near the end of this year, we enter one of the most important elections in a generation. For what's at stake in this election is not simply what party is going to be in charge, but our very identity as a people and as a nation. For over 200 years, this has been a special country, a unique place where anyone from anywhere can achieve anything. But now millions of Americans feel like they're being left behind, insecure in their future and unsafe in the face of terrorism. This election is about electing a president that will restore our economic vibrancy so that the American dream can expand to reach more people and change more lives than ever before, and rebuild our military and our intelligence programs so that we can remain the strongest nation on earth. Tonight I ask you for your vote. If you do this, we will rebuild this country, and together we will usher in a new American century, the greatest era in the history of this great land.
Senator Cruz.
Judgment, strength, clarity, and trust. Barack Obama has said he doesn't believe in American leadership or America winning. He is wrong. America can win again, and we will win again. Ronald Reagan reignited the American economy, rebuilt the military, bankrupted the Soviet Union, and defeated Soviet communism. I will do the same thing, cutting taxes, cutting regulation, unleashing small businesses, and rebuilding the military to defeat radical Islamic terrorism. Our strategy is simple. We win, they lose. We've done it before, and we can do it again.
Dr. Carson.
I've been fortunate enough to travel to 58 different countries, and I thank God every day that I was born in this country, the most exceptional country that the world has ever known. And I want to make sure that we preserve that exceptionalism for the next generation. My mother told me if I worked hard and I believed in American principles and I believed in God, anything is possible. I believe that is true, and that's why I'm not anxious to give away American values and principles for the sake of political correctness.
Mr. Trump.
Our country doesn't win anymore. We don't win on trade. We don't win on the military. We can't defeat ISIS. We're not taking care of our great people, the veterans. We're not taking care of them. We have to change our whole way. Our healthcare system is a disaster. It's going to implode in 2017, just like you're sitting there. Doesn't work. Nothing works in our country. If I'm elected president, we will win again. We will win a lot. And we're going to have a great, great country, greater than ever before. Thank you.
Thanks to all the Republican presidential candidates. That does it for this